City Chiefs take on the Houston Texans on Saturday afternoon. This is the first game of the divisional round. We have the Houston Texans taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a rematch back from Christmas Day. The Kansas City Chiefs did beat the Houston Texans 27-19, which locked in the number 1 seed for the Kansas City Chiefs, which I'm meaning is that the Texans have been to Arrowhead. They have seen a playoff atmosphere. They've seen the Arrowhead crowd boozed up and ready to go, and they got the Kansas City Chiefs' best shot, and they still only lost by 8 points, baby. Actually, it'll be 11 points. My bad. But, guys, the Kansas City Chiefs have yet to break 30 points so far this season. If they they did score 30 points versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's not get it twisted, but they never broke it, right? So I got to ask this question, guys. Do the Kansas City Chiefs have to break 30 points this week to beat the Houston Texans? Why am I asking this? Because the Houston Texans scored 32 points versus the LA Chargers, right? They're averaging 32 points a game in the playoffs. It's only been one game, but they're still 32 points in the playoffs, baby. So, guys, when you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, despite them not scoring 30-plus points yet this season, they're still a top 15 offense in the NFL. That's right, top 15 offense in the NFL. They're also the 15th ranked scoring offense in the NFL. So even though they're not scoring 30, they're still top half of scoring points in the NFL. You know who is not in the top half? That's the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans scoring offense is 19th in the NFL, which, by the way, is 21 points per game. Yes. Like I said, I do understand they scored 32 points versus the Chargers last week. Chargers not a horrible team, but it's not the Kansas City Chiefs, baby. It's not my Kansas City Chiefs, baby. And if you guys even take it one step further, the last time the Houston Texans played the Kansas City Chiefs in the divisional round in the playoffs, let's flash back a couple years. It was 28-0. The Houston Texans were whooping that ass, baby. It was, 6 minutes left in the second quarter, and the Kansas City Chiefs said, hold my beer, here's their 50 burger. 51-28 was that final score. So the Kansas City Chiefs have been here, they've done that, and they can score points when they want to score points. So guys, do the Kansas City Chiefs have to score 30-plus points to beat the Houston Texans? Hell no. No. They haven't broke 30 points yet this season, yet they're still 15-2. They haven't broke 30 points yet this season, but yet they still beat the Baltimore Ravens. They still beat the Las Vegas Raiders. They still beat the Denver Broncos. They still beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Houston Texans. The list goes on and on and on. The only team in the list they haven't beat is the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills balled out in that game. Let's just be honest. The Chiefs sucked that game. So do they got to score more than 30 points to win this game? Hell no. They haven't done it all year. They're still 15-2. Still 15-2. So guys, in the comments below, do you think the Kansas City Chiefs have to break 30 points to beat the Houston Texans that are averaging 32 points per game in this playoffs? Do they got to do it? I said no. No. And Laura says it's time for me to get hated on, but go Texans. Hey, Laura, there's no waffling around here. I like your answer, and I'm not going to hate on you for that. Now, if you were going to say go red team, like what is this girl waffling around about? And speaking of waffling around, Nash Broad says, I want the Chiefs to lose, but they will win. He says, hey, I'm rooting for the Texans, but I know the Chiefs are going to win. Waffle. But Nash Prod does say no. They don't got to score more than 30 to win this game. Come on, Buck. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. They know how to win playoff games, baby. Let's go. Alpha Rob says no. They don't. The Houston Texans are trash. He says they're trash. Alpha Rob, the Houston Texans are not that bad. They have had sparks of greatness all season long. First half versus the Detroit Lions, they had sparks of greatness. I'm like, I'm sitting back in that first half. What was it, 23-7 or 23-3 or something like that? I'm like, oh, okay. Now I see why people are talking about them in the Super Bowl earlier this season. Okay, I see that. Second half, of course, they come out and shit the bed. Let's just be honest. Let's call it a spade. They sucked in the second half. Final score was it 28-3 or 20? Or no, it was 26-23, right? Sucked second half. Then they kind of stumbled around a little bit. Didn't really find their way. But then last week versus the LA Chargers, first half, they sucked. They're down 6-0 at halftime or something like that. Come back in the second half, play like a Super Bowl caliber team. If they can do that and jump out early on the Kansas City Chiefs in the first half and play like a Super Bowl caliber team in the first half, they have an opportunity. They have an opportunity to pull the biggest upset in the world. They're not trash. They just can't put a complete game together. Not one Houston Texans game that I've seen this season have they put a complete game together. And that is their biggest flaw. They played great the first half or the second half, not both. That is their biggest problem. Nash Prod said the Chiefs defense is that good.